Hi, so creative. So welcome once again to Diverse Fits. So we are going to be learning how to draft this beautiful jacket. If that is what you want to watch, then keep on watching this video. Please subscribe, like, and share. So the first step is to come down at least from 5 inches to 6 inches for an average person. Okay? So this actually depends on the measurement you are working with. But for an average person, 5 inches to 6 inches above that line. Okay, so I'm also going to come in again by 5 inches as well. Okay, these are just the precaution that you should take if you are ready to draft a basic, if you want to draft a blazer jacket. These precautions are must and you must input towards them. So as you can see, I marked at several points to get a straight line, so you also should do the same. So from this point, I'm going to mark my neck depth, my shoulder to chest line, shoulder to waist, and the full length. So I'll move forward a bit and remark the chest line, bust point, your half length, and the full length of your jacket. Okay, so the reason why you have to move forward a bit to remark it is so that you can be able to get a perfect straight line. I always tell you guys this, that if you're marking measurements, make sure you do not just mark one spot. You move forward and remark to get a perfect straight line. So the next step is for us to go ahead and label this line. This is the shoulder line, chest line, bust line, half length, and the full length of the jacket. Okay, so at this point I'm going to mark my neck width, which is 3 inches, and I'm going to connect it. I marked my neck depth as well, so I'm just using 3 inches for the depth and 3 inches for the width. So you are going to divide your shoulder measurement by 2 on the shoulder line. You are to do the same on the chest line. For example, if my shoulder measurement is 14 inches, divided by 2, that will give me what? 7 inches. So now for the shoulder slant, I'm going to be using 1.5 for my shoulder slant. This is perfect, and you know that our shoulder is not straight. Okay, so at this point I'm going to mark all my horizontal measurements by 4. No sewing allowance has been added to this pattern. Okay, I'm using a pattern drafting technique, so I do not normally add my sewing allowance at this point. So on the half length, you are going to add just 1 inch to your round waist circumference measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. This 1 inch is for the dart intake. Okay, we are going to be removing it out later on. So I've connected all my points. So the next thing for me to do is to find the middle of my armhole line. Okay, so that we can be able to create the curve at our armhole. You guys know that our armhole too is not also straight. So I went in by 0.75 and I connected it like so, and from there I'm going to reconnect it back to the bust divided by 4. So I'm going to mark half of my bust span, that is your nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. You are to mark it on the bust point, the half length, and the full length. As you can see, I didn't mark mine on the chest line. You are not to mark it on the chest line. Okay, so now after this, the next thing we are going to do is now to return to take out the 1 inch we added to our waist divided by 4. And you're going to mark 0.5 in between the line. So from the bust point, I went down by 0.5, and from the hemline, I also went up by 0.5 as well. So I'll just go ahead and connect it like so. Out your dart, it is okay for you to cross check to really find out if you have taken out just 1 inch or whether if it is less, so that you can get the perfect number of your darts. So now we'll go ahead and find the middle of my armhole. Okay, So whatever thing you have there, you're going to divide it into two, and you're just going to mark it from the shoulder slant like so. So what you are trying to do here is to create our princess dart, because this jacket is having a princess dart. It's not a shoulder dart, but it's not a must. You can make use of shoulder dart if you really want. So from there, I went down by 0.5 and also went out by 0.5 so that I can be able to return the dart I have just input. So from there, I'm going to reconnect all this back like so. And we are done drafting our standard basic slooper. So from this point, you can go up by 0.5. You can either use your straight ruler to connect it like so, or your French curve. Okay, this is optional. It's not a must you use the straight ruler. The next thing is to find your breaking point. So you can choose any breaking point you want. From your breaking point, you're going to come up by 1.5, and you're going to extend that line out like so. Okay, so I'll go to the hemline. I'm going to remark the same placket, that's the button overlap allowance, and I'm going to connect it also like so. So this is the depth of my break point. Okay, so now the next thing we are going to do is for me to just position the straight ruler like this and extend this line upward like you guys are seeing. Okay, so from the point I just pointed, you're going to go up there from 3.5 to 4 inches for an average person. Okay, so I'm going to square out a perfect line. As you can see, mine wasn't that perfect, but you need to make sure that you get a perfect square. So at that point, I'm going to go in by 4 inches, and I'll also come out by 0.5. That's behind the collar, right? So now with the French curve, you are going to connect these points like so. So I'll come here and extend here out by 2 inches to 2.5. This actually depends on what you want. You can make it more or less. Alright, so this doesn't have a standard measurement. You can choose to be creative at this end to have what is really okay for you. So I'm just going to connect it, and that is it, guys. So now the next thing for us to do is to go ahead and connect from the breaking point just like so that we can have the opening at the center front. So okay guys, to watch the back pattern of this tutorial, you would have to check next post to watch the back piece. See you guys on my next one. Bye.